I come from a small wine farm on the River Moselle in Germany, and moving from there into modern school is kind of disappointing because all that modern thinking does not reflect your experiences out in nature.
The climate issues, the financial things that should change, education. We have broken systems in healthcare. We have to innovate our systems because they are no longer sustainable.
There are so many different problems, and the nature of the problems seem to repeat themselves, whether we're talking about urbanization or sustainability or conflict management.
So we have to innovate on a systemic level, but the good news is that that is possible.
Complex systems is a science done by people who really want to understand the world. Not by making it simpler, but emerging in the complexity of it and experiencing it as a kind of flow.
Today we're at the Systems Innovation Conference in Barcelona.
So many unfamiliar faces with so many wonderful ideas.
Operating systemically really is something we have to learn, and we don't know yet, and we have to experiment and we have to find out.
I think first of all it's to learn, to see what other people are doing, what types of challenges they're actually facing, what they're experimenting with.
We are here together for very realistic things.
One of my favorite parts about this community is that they're incredibly aware of this fact, and so people don't jump to this to conclusions about the absolute truth or rightness, but they still have meaningful discourse about how they came to those conclusions, what assumptions they made, what's being obscured, what's being focused on.
And because it all comes together here, and that's just wonderful.
When you pick a set of dotted lines that define what's inside and outside of a system, you are defining the sort of conclusions that you're going to come to. You're defining what's going to matter to you and what type of designs you're going to come up with.
What I found most powerful and enlightening is to look at social systems as games with rules, regulations, roles, with an aim.
Part of the reason it's so important to have discourse is because, you know, as sort of the famous quote goes, all models are wrong and some are useful.
We are the navigators, the cyberneticians, the Kubernetes, like the old Greek where it says, we are the steersmen and steerswomen to navigate the 21st century, to navigate the Anthropocene in a more thrivable way than we've seen that for the last 200-300 years.
As we move forward, we can only hope to sort of make things better by marrying improvements in our ability to model and capture systems in a holistic way with improving our ability to capture data and run experiments and engineer things with intent.
And move away from the notion of competition and markets as the central regulators of societal being together towards a state of conciliation, symbiosis, collaboration and co-creation.
Designing in the narrative mode can really catalyze these innovations, and I think that's also the nice part in Nature 2.0.
I find it really important to remember that we are actually part of all of the systems that we care about.
And if we do that, that will be the next step towards a better future.